Can somebody please just get on to Brandin Podziemski and tell him at times to just shut up? Like, I mean this. Like, Brandin Podziemski is somebody that, if you guys don't know, just does not know when to stop talking. He doesn't. And I think Podziemski as a player is okay. I like the fact that he's sets high expectations for himself. I like the fact he sets high goals for himself, but like, I'm going to be honest here. Brandin Podziemski is, at best, going to be a role player for his career. And he's going to be a pretty good one. But like, we're now sitting here and having to listen to this crap. Brandin Podziemski believes if he could have been a two-way MLB player like he could have been a two-way MLB player like Ohtani. I think I could be the white Shohei Ohtani. One subscriber equals one. Please shut up, Brandon. Which means we should come out of this video with 10 million subscribers. But no. It is one of those things where I'm just like, just know when to just not talk. When to stop talking. Like, you're basically saying you would be the greatest player of all time in something. There is nobody. Do you want to know how hard this is? Even in the two sports that are the most similar to each other, the 100 and the 200 meters, it is such an anomaly that Usain Bolt is the best ever at both of them. But if Usain Bolt tries to move up to 400 meters, running from 200 to 400 meters, he's not the best of all time. And these are sports that are drastically similar to each other. To say that you would be the best baseball player of all time, if you were capable of being Shohei Ohtani, go to the MLB. It's the most chill life ever. Like, you don't need to put your body through everything. You just need to hit a ball. You play, in fairness, you play a lot. You do play a lot in the MLB. Like, I'm not going to question that when you play it. You play nearly every day. But it's like, it's not that difficult in life. He could beat a White Ohtani, next Steph Curry, probably Michael Phelps, but he's Brandin Podziemski, who comes off the bench and averages 11 points. He was good AF. He ain't lying. Like, somebody just said that, like, that was just his high school. These are his high school stats. He would have been a lifelong AA player. Someone in the same class 2021 could have went either way. Yeah, there's a difference between could have went either way and be one of the greatest to ever play a sport. Like, there's a big difference. There's a big difference between someone who's good at both sports. And Brandin Podziemski says goals be better than Steph Curry. I want to be better than him. I think it's a tall task. I want to maximize my talent and get the most that. Like, that's fair. And I've completely stumbled over that. As somebody who struggles to read sometimes aloud, how I got a master's degree is beyond me. But, like, we have now got a player that obviously, look, I don't even mind him saying I want to be better than Steph, because if you want to be the greatest of all time as a player, what's the worst thing that can happen? If you want to work like the greatest of all time, what's the worst thing that can happen? But have some shame, less interviews, more buckets. But everything, like, how do Warriors find a core in these players? Be better at your own sport. Second CTE victim in NBA history. No more AOR and Pods comparisons. Pods equals Ohtani. Oh my god. Like, there is delusional confidence. And then there is disrespecting another sport. I'm sorry, it's like the NBA players being like, yeah, you know, we could come over to football and we'd be dominating football. It's like, no, you wouldn't. It's like people being like, you know, if USA had their best athletes playing in the soccer world or in the football World Cup, they would win it. And I'm like, no, they wouldn't. Like, do people not understand the different types of athleticism there are? Like, there are so many different types of athleticism. Just in general. And you're like, no, like, it doesn't matter how big LeBron is. Like, oh, could you imagine LeBron out there? And I'm like, yeah, I've seen players that are like 6'8" try to play soccer and they just can't. Like Holland and Ibrahimovic were exceptions. They're like 6'4". It's a sport where it actually helps being 5'9" at times for your low center of gravity, because height only works for heading the ball. It's only a small part of the game. But yeah, it's an interesting one to see stuff like this, and you've now got obviously players saying and doing saying mad stuff, saying absolutely mad stuff, and I'm not even going to say getting away with it, because anyone can say whatever they want, but it's like we now live in an era where everyone is just saying whatever the hell they want. And can the Warriors, like, you did so good. You did so good for years, For years, you had players, you had everyone kind of kept in check. The Fever had pretty much everybody kept in check for years. Not the Fever, the Warriors had everybody kept in check for years. And all of a sudden now, you freaking Podziemski. And like, I don't think he's a bad dude. I actually don't think he's a bad dude. Just be quiet. Genuinely just be quiet. Just be quiet. Like, it's just not. It's not productive to anybody if you are comparing yourself to arguably the greatest player to ever play another sport. And I get it. You were probably a good baseball player. You probably could have gone D1 in either. But like, if he was on a track to being one of the best baseball players in the world, he would have taken baseball. Because let's be honest, not many people thought Brandin Podziemski was going to make the NBA out of high school. Like, he played at Illinois for a year and Santa Clara for a year. In his freshman season at Illinois, he averaged 1 point per game. I get it. Kid goes to Santa Clara, hoops, gets drafted near the top of the draft. His switch up was huge. But at the same time, like, he averaged 1.4 points per game as a freshman in college. Like, could you imagine turning down a spot in the MLB for 1.4 points per game as a freshman? Yes, it all worked out at the end, but like, how was he to know that? But anyway, yeah, that is a video. Brandon, please just stop talking. Just stop talking. And I don't know when he said this, but if you're ever being asked this stuff on a podcast, just stop talking. Just like, I've said this about Michael Porter Jr. to just stop talking. But Brandon, just go and hoop. Go and hoop. You're in the league. You're going to sign a big enough deal. Is at the end of this? I think it's at the end of this season. You're going to sign a pretty big deal. Or no, he was drafted 2023, wasn't he? Now you got like one more deal, but you're gonna sign a pretty nice second contract. Just be smart and just shut up, please, for your own good.